It's 9 o'clock, so I guess we'll, oh, I gotta answer something. 9 o'clock, so we'll open the meeting. Call the meeting to order. And
sorry, Gordon Doyle, we're just waiting for Brianna to give us the go-ahead.
It's live.
Okay, sorry.
oh, I thought she did. Okay. We are called to order then. And it looks like the first item is disclosure of pecuniary interest. Amy, we'll record that and move on. And the item of business, corporate services. I guess you've got a resolution there, Jeanette?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Gordon Doyle, through you. Moved by Councillor Vanderwall, seconded by Councillor Rebel. Whereas the Township of South Frontenac is a lower tier municipality within the County of Frontenac, comprised of the following 4 wards: Bedford, Loughborough, Portland, and Storrington. And whereas the entirety of the Township of South Frontenac, along with the Townships of Central Frontenac and the Township of Frontenac, North Frontenac, are presently located in the federal electoral district of Lanark, Frontenac, Kingston. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the County of Frontenac support the position of the Township of South Frontenac in not supporting the Electoral Boundaries Commission for Ontario Federal Electoral Districts Redistribution 2022 proposal, which intends to divide a portion of the Township of South Frontenac, Bedford Ward, from the balance of the township between 2 federal electoral districts, with the majority of the township in the Gananoque, Brockville, Prescott Federal Electoral District, respectively, and the Bedford Ward in the Lanark Frontenac Federal District. And further, that the Council of the County of Frontenac also support the Council of the Township of South Frontenac's strong request that the entirety of the Township of South Frontenac be included in the proposed Lanark Frontenac Federal Electoral District to ensure all Township of South Frontenac residents are represented in one electoral riding. And further, that the Council of the County of Frontenac recommends that the Commission consider that the entirety of the northern portion of the County of Frontenac, which includes South Frontenac, Central Frontenac, and North Frontenac townships, be included in the proposed Lanark Frontenac Federal Electoral District to ensure cohesiveness among the Northern Frontenac townships. And further, that a copy of this resolution and report be provided to the townships of Frontenac Islands, South Frontenac, Central Frontenac, and North Frontenac, the Electoral Boundaries Commission for Ontario Federal Electoral Districts Redistribution 2022, and Scott Reed, Member of Parliament of Lanark, Frontenac, Kingston. And further, that Council direct the CAO to represent the County of Frontenac at the virtual hearing hosted by the Electoral Boundaries Commission for Ontario on October 18th, 2022.
A long one. Thank you, Jeanette, for reading that. Do we have any questions from members of council? Yes, Bill, go ahead. You've got the floor.
Yes, through you, Mr. Morton. To Kelly, I assume you're making the presentation. One of the points that I think I would make is that whenever these redistribution happens, they point out that they want to have communities of like concerns to be in the same riding. And I can suggest that South Frontenac probably doesn't have a lot of concerns with the town of Prescott. You might point that out where traditionally our alignments have been north and south, not east and west, as it was in the past. But I would like to point out that our representative, Scott Reed, went to bat because Lanark County was actually in 2 different ridings at one time. The northeast corner, Pakenham, Almont area was in with Rideau Carleton. And he wants the county of Lanark to be in one riding. So I think we actually have grounds in which to present the case that we want all of Frontenac County in one riding also. And one of the questions that will come up is if we accept your suggestions, what will be the domino effect of us changing what our original idea of making a riding is what you're suggesting changes. So what kind of domino effect will that have, and what are you going to suggest to correct that domino? So those are the concerns or the comments that I would like to make on this, and I support the motions before us. Thank you, Mr. Warden.
You're welcome, Bill. And just one correction. You said you wanted all of Frontenac County in the same riding. Just want to clarify that will exclude the islands.
That's right. I agree.
Yeah. Kelly, I think that was more or less addressed to you. You have a comment?
My only comment would be, I think the warden's going to present. I'll be there to provide support or any backup if required, but I believe it's appropriate that the warden present.
Oh, that's not my schedule. That's
Madam
a
Clerk,
surprise to me, Kelly.
Madam Clerk, that's what you sent me, but I'm perfect. It's in my calendar. So what did you tell the commission?
So the commission was told, through you, Warden Doyle, the commission was told that both the CAO and the warden would be presenting. But we do have a time blocked in the calendars for tomorrow morning to start with for these, what we thought might be the second day of the strategic plan interviews. So since those are no longer happening, we should still have that blocked in your calendar, but I can certainly send out another meeting request if that helps.
That's correct. I've got that booked for the CAO performance review and the interviews, but I don't have any material on what we're going to discuss with the committee.
So again, through you, Warden Doyle, you have approximately 5 minutes to speak. So basically the submission will be, or the discussion points will be what's included in the report that's before council this morning. So there is the resolution. There is also the attachment that we had from the Township of South Frontenac, which really includes some pictorials of the current wards the current boundaries and what's being suggested, and what the County of Frontenac and both the Township of South Frontenac would like to see encompassed as a whole. But we can certainly discuss that with you prior to the meeting tomorrow.
That's fine. Thank you. Ron Vanderwall, go ahead.
Yeah, the only comment I was going to make is I agree with what Bill is saying there. I'm sure there's lots of other municipalities that are in the same boat, but upper levels of government are confusing enough without splitting up the county. If you're going to do a presentation on behalf of the county, you're speaking for the people in the county. I know the island is a little bit separate. I'm not saying that. But then now they wouldn't, even in South Frontenac, if you're splitting it, two different people would have to phone two different representatives in the next level of government, which doesn't make it, it's confusing enough, let alone, okay, now who do I call? So I think it makes sense. I know everybody's probably going to support it anyway, but it just makes sense to leave it, but we'll see what they do. Thanks.
And I also agree 100% with what Bill and you said. All the three townships north of the 401 should be together. Yeah. Yes, Deputy Warden.
Yes, questions either for the CAO or for Councillor Vanderwall. Has anybody spoken to Scott Reed? I see that he's posting an alternative to the proposal as well, and I had a look at it, and it looks similar to what we're proposing, but I didn't look at it in detail. Probably use his support.
Councillor Vanderwall.
Go ahead.
I didn't speak officially. He was at the opening of the ambulance, and he said, I saw what South Frontenac is doing, and I agree, is what he said. But as far as me asking him to present that, I did not.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there anything else before we call the vote? I'll call the vote then. All in favor? Other than Bill, it's unanimous. Oh, his hand's up now. A little slow in your connection there this morning, Bill. Okay, well, I guess we're down to public question period then. And I don't know if Brianna, you show anybody wanting to ask a question from the public?
Through you, Warden. We have no questions on this end.
Mhm. And down to bylaws,
Moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Higgs, resolved that leave be given to the mover to introduce bylaw A that has been circulated to all members of County Council, and that bylaw A be read a first and second time.
all in favor? Carried. And Bill's up again.
Remember, folks, time to vote.
Yeah.
So-
You seem to have a slow connection this morning, Bill. Everybody else is popping up quickly, but I guess we're going to adjourn and then come back at 9:30 for the closed session. Is that right, Jeanette?
Sorry, through you, Warden Doyle, we still need third reading of the bylaw.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead for the third, and then then you can advise us about coming back at 9:30, and we will adjourn this meeting.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Higgs, resolved that bylaw A be read a third time, signed, sealed, and finally passed.
All in favor? Carried.
And moved by Councillor Smith, seconded by Councillor McDonald, that the meeting hereby adjourn at 9:10 a.m.
All in favor? And we'll see on the other side, on the other link at 9:30. Is that correct, Jeanette?
That is correct, but that is just the four mayors. That's the CAO Performance Appraisal Review Committee.
Okay, so the other guys get off easy today.
A little bit.
Good, good. Well, have a good
Okay.
day, everybody.